Hola amigos, soy Jane y esto es Fincate. Bienvenidos. Welcome to my channel, everyone, especially a big welcome to the new subscribers, of which there have been quite a few over the last couple of weeks. Today I'm going to be in the kitchen. It's been ages since I did anything on film cooking related. It's New Year's Day today. Happy New Year, everybody. This is 2023. It's going to be a great year. We have been invited out for drinks exactly at lunchtime. Now, normally we have our main meal at lunchtime, but clearly today we can't. So I decided, let's cook something that can be left in the hay box cooker and we can reheat it when we get back, but it'll be cooked, or I don't have to worry. It never burns. Anything in a hay box cooker never burns. It can't really be overcooked. Okay, so times have moved on and we no longer have a make-do tin box lined with polystyrene and blankets, although I can assure you that that will work just as well as this thing that I'm going to show you now. This is the modern equivalent of a hay box cooker. It's a thermal cooker. I am not being paid by the makers of this. I just really like it, and I think it's coming, or it could well be coming into its own now that people are feeling the pinch energy-wise. Okay, so the way it works is this. It's like a big thermos flask. It's portable. So you actually can prepare your meal, put it in there in the morning and take it with you if you're out working on the land. Inside it has a small container and then the actual cooking bit of it. It's got a very, very thick bottom with, I think this holds heat in actual fact. And this bit here, this is the outer sleeve bit that just keeps everything warm like a thermos flask would. Okay, now the maker of this is Mr. D. There's the gentleman there. And it's a thermal cooker, Mr. D's, this one, 3-litre thermal cooker. And there's a collection of over 80 recipes comes with it. It wasn't cheap to buy. And we, in fact, waited until we had a windfall. 99.9% sure that all of this can be done in a homemade hay box cooker, and it will be almost as good. One thing Mr. D's thermal cooker doesn't do, or at least there are no recipes for it, is pulses. There is a recipe with lentils, but in the world of pulses, lentils are quick cook. Now, if you want to save energy and cook pulses from scratch, you need a pressure cooker. The recipe calls for red potatoes. I haven't got any red potatoes, so I'm just using white potatoes. I think the recipe also suggests that you leave the skins on. These aren't very nice, so I'm not going to do that. Some olive oil. This is the inner pot from the Mr. D's thermal cooker. Olive oil and onions. There's no garlic in this recipe and I'm in two minds whether to add it, but I've decided I'll stick with the recipe for now. The one thing I have found with Mr. D is because of that really thick bottom on this pan of that material, I don't know what it is, but it's obviously heat retaining. There is a danger at this stage of burning things, so you do have to keep an eye on that. Okay, well, they're soft. They're getting soft now, so now in goes the carrots. Now, I tried to cut the carrots into small dice because carrots take quite a while to cook generally, and they're fairly evenly cut. I think that helps. Now the recipe says to, what does it say? Add the carrots and fry for another 2 minutes. Right, the recipe now says to add the chicken. Now we jointed the chicken and I've mostly removed the skin, although there is still some on the wings. And then the potatoes. And the herbs. Oh, I forgot the baby turnips. The recipe actually calls for fresh green beans, but I don't have any fresh green beans, and certainly I think fresh green beans would look better because this is going to be pretty bland looking, but hey, we'll close our eyes when we eat it. Now it calls for 1.5 litres of chicken stock. Now I only have 1 litre here and it's a tiny bit frozen there. So I'm going to add some water, not quite 1/2 litre more. I forgot salt and peppercorns. I always adjust seasoning later anyway, so if that isn't enough, never mind. I think it calls for 6. That is starting to boil, but I'm not sure that I should start the timer quite yet. You know what they say about a watched pot. I think we're boiling now. Okay, Google. Set a timer for 4 minutes.
Okay, 4 minutes, and we're starting now.
Okay. Okay. And that's it. The inner pot is now into the thermal sleeve with the lid closed, and it says to leave it for 4 hours. And we're going to go off and have fun, and when we come back we'll make the sauce. Okay, well, it's actually been 5 hours plus since I put this chicken thing into Mr. D. Now, we were given quite a lot to eat when we were out, and so actually we're not hungry and we don't want to eat this now, so we're going to leave it till tomorrow. There is a little bit more with the recipe to thicken the sauce, which I will film, but at the moment I would like you to see just how hot it still is after 5 hours. Okay, actually this feels warm to the touch, and that definitely feels warm. Well, I don't know if you can see the steam coming off that. So it's still really, really hot. Everything will be perfectly cooked, I know that. At this point you have to strain off the stock and you thicken that up and then serve it with the vegetables and the chicken, and we will do that bit tomorrow. Today is a new day and we are about to have our chicken dinner. There is going to be noise and I can't do anything about that. We have some exciting things going on. And I will be telling you about that in a future video, but here we go. It struck me this isn't actually a very good indication of how much gas or electricity you're going to use with this, because normally you would finish it off on the same day and eat it in the same day, but it's just the way it turned out. It's still, if I had cooked it on the stove from start to finish and we left it to the next day, we'd still be using more energy to make our lunch than using the thermal cooker. Okay, so that's now heated up. And it's been heating for a little while, so the chicken is nicely cooked through. I'm going to take the chicken out. Oh my goodness me, it's just falling off the bone.
Yeah, because it said take it out and slice it.
Oh,
Won't happen, is it?
No, there won't be any slicing. Oh.
We'll take the bones out as well.
Yeah, I've got to strain it
And we've got
to make the sauce.
to make as well. Yeah.
I will do that this afternoon. Oh.
Oh my
Big piece of chicken. Got it ready.
Yeah.
We'll just cover that up to keep it warm. There's
The chicken or bone.
to make the sauce. In here is a mixture of Dijon mustard and corn flour. See how the seasonings go. Tiny bit more salt. There's enough food here for at least 4 people, or 2 days for 2 people. The vegetables are, well, they're like vegetables that you get in soup. A bit overcooked, the vegetables, but they were always going to be. Because of all the disruption during the filming, normally I probably would bin all of this and just wait for another day and do a different recipe. But there is going to be so much going on here over the next month or two that really, let's go for it.
So you put less mustard in.
I put both less because I didn't feel like we had that much liquid, but at the end of the day we did, so. Okay, chicken.
Can I have my roll, please?
I want to see you. They're good.
Muy bien.
Well, it should be well cooked. I would do that again. That wasn't perhaps the best way to show you how the thermal cooker works, but I am also now making some stock with it. It has just come to the boil, and I will boil that for 4 minutes, and then it'll go in here, and 4 hours later we will have stock. It's not going to be the super intense bone broth that I make in the pressure cooker, but it's going to be perfectly good enough to make soup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something interesting about Haybox cookers. I will have a look and leave a link below to this particular one. Thank you to all the new subscribers. If you would like to support the channel, please share the videos, tell people about it, put it on your social media. Take care. Bye now.